Welcome to Family Court Today with your host, Karen Rist.
Hi, I'm Karen Rist. Our divorce rate today is reaching 60%. Once involved in the family court system, people find themselves swimming through a sea of acronyms. Both parties end up spending tens of thousands of dollars and their lives are forever changed. We strive here to educate the community and improve the lives of men, women, and children involved in the family court system through positive change. Welcome to Family Court Today. I'm your host, Karen Rist. And today we have special guests that are from an educational arm of an organization called Dads and Moms of Michigan. Here we have co-directors Roger Reichenbach and Larry Heron of Dads and Moms University. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I absolutely knew that I was going to be an active part of his life. There was no question in my mind that I was going to, this was my only child, and I was going to step up to the plate and do the right thing. But I very quickly learned that, unfortunately and tragically, that can be a very, very difficult and expensive process, and that family court can be very, very adversarial.
Frequently, with unmarried parents, you see multi-generational issues that are repeated. Fathers are relegated to the role of being payers. They're signing documents that they're not aware of. And they kind of get pushed aside in their involvement. Early on, it's important, and the judges have said this, to get parents into parenting education programs to learn to be active parents.
Report along. It's from the Michigan Office of the Auditor General. And one of the really shocking things is in here it shows how our Department of Human Services gets $3 billion a year, and that's with a B, just for the Department of Human Services. And another page in here, it tells how children should be encouraged to stay with the families because it saves the state a lot of money. But the court system has learned to deviate that money and make a whole lot of extra work so they can get extra money.
If they're going to step in, should be encouraging their relationship with mom and dad, with the parents, not tearing the family apart. And what I've seen happening in many instances is they're not only tearing the families apart, but I've also seen numerous instances where parents have had their parental rights terminated. Now, what I mean by that is that they are no longer the legal parent of those children. And unfortunately, what occurs after that is, again, getting back to the incentives and getting back to the money thing, is that we're talking the tune of thousands of dollars when that occurs that our state receives, our state and our county. Both parents, and studies have shown that when both parents are equally involved, the possibility of children growing up with deficiencies, and what I mean by deficiencies are, there could be an aspect of their life that they're not getting fulfilled by being in contact with both mother and father, who have significant roles in raising those children, is that they could find themselves involved in teen sexual activity. They could find themselves involved in drug or alcohol situations, and that leads to other problems like being in an additional courtroom situation where juvenile and what have you, or even more serious, and we want to be able to prevent those in our society. Let's face it, it's, you can open the paper every day, you can watch the news every day, and you can see these situations acted out. And I think that we need to be mindful as a society to embrace different approaches.
What we're finding in the court where I come from, in Oakland County, is that it does seem to be predominantly favored in one direction. Mostly the mothers are almost automatically given custody regardless of the situation in a particular case. We have a lot of stay-at-home fathers that are separated from their kids and the custody is still given. And it places the whole family kind of in turmoil. A lot of times the kids are used to being with dad full-time. These issues don't seem to be taken into consideration at all. We do have it rarely go the other direction, but that really seems to be the way that it's steered almost from the first day you step in to the system. They really don't care what the situation is in your family at all. It's automatically going to go one way and not the other.
You know, you can't wait till the next day they might be dead or kidnapped or taken away. And these people are so terrified they're actually losing their health. They're unable to work because they are so frightened for their lives. So the whole idea of a PPO has just been totally destroyed. I mean, there's no real protection there anymore like it was meant to be.
It's one of the biggest and most often abused orders of the court. And it really has become a problem because not only, quite honestly, in a divorce case, they're being used to kill two birds with one stone. Cut 3 or 4 months out of a divorce case. You throw the party out of the home, and now they also have a domestic violence history. They no longer can have the children.
Oh.
Their parenting time may be limited if it's not supervised. It automatically establishes 2 key elements in a divorce and completely throws that person under the bus. And they're very seldom, the biggest thing is if somebody does that, you have to go in and attempt to fight it. You aren't always going to win, but you need to, don't ignore that it's there. I mean, just because you're upset and angry, you actually have to go in and fight it. You can't leave it alone because it will stay on your record for a very long time. And it's got to stop. It really has to stop.
Again, I'm your host, Karen Rist, on Family Court Today, and we'll see you next time.